There is a lot coming to Star Citizen over the next few months. I mean, there's a lot still coming in the next few days, but I want to start talking about what we've got left for Fleet Week and then move on to what comes after. What's next as we march towards Alpha 4.0 and the rest of 2024 with new ships, features, events, and more. Let's start with what's proximate with this week in Star Citizen. So, based on when you see this video, the Aegis Firebird and Aegis Day will be live at the Fleet Week Expo, along with a Q&A for that ship. The Aegis Firebird, it's a missile medium/light fighter based on the Sabre Raven hull. Thursday, it's going to be the last Inside Star Citizen episode of the season, so it's going to be a bit of a break after this, I would expect. Then they'll start talking about 4.0, I suppose, or 3.23.x stuff, and then 4.0. So we will also get to see the new Drake concept that's going to be arriving at DefenseCon in that episode of Inside Star Citizen, and we'll also get to tour the current grey box interior of the RSI Polaris, that very cool torpedo corvette, which is currently flying its way around Stanton as part of the UE fleet. Friday, there's a Star Citizen Live, and they've got members of the gameplay feature teams to discuss aspects related to vehicles, including upcoming engineering systems, the newly released master modes, ground vehicle improvements, ongoing balance work, and more. And you can actually submit questions for that Q&A on a Spectrum thread, which I will link down below. Saturday is the finals of the Stanton 7 series. That's the Atmo Esports racing competition. It's one final race before a champion is crowned. That starts at 7 PM on the Atmo Esports Twitch channel. Going back to some Fleet Week stuff, on the 21st, 22nd, we've got Aegis Day, which is going to be happening later today, based on when you see this video. That's going to all start at 4 PM UTC. Idrises and Javelins are going to be on sale in waves, so if you are desperately wanting to buy one of those very big capital ships, which are very expensive, then check out the RSI website at 4 PM UTC, and then midnight and 8 AM thereafter. Very limited quantities of those ships available. You also have the Sabre Firebird going on sale at the same time, so bear that in mind. If you're looking at trying to actually grab one of those limited hull Idrises and Javelins, they're not going to be available as upgrades. So, well, they haven't been previously, so bear that in mind as well. On Thursday, the 23rd and as well the 24th of May, we've got the Anvil Aerospace Day, and then on the 25th and 26th, that's going to be on the Saturday and Sunday, we've got Drake Interplanetary taking to DefenseCon. So this is going to be at a slightly different location by the starport at Area 18 rather than at the Bevic Centre. So bear that in mind as well. You're going to see a new concept ship on the RSI website, potentially a large Drake ship. That's what the implications have been. I'm actually quite excited to see that. We also have the Kraken and Privateer on sale as well in limited quantities, again in 3 waves at 4 PM, midnight and 8 AM. On the 27th to the 29th, you've got the finale of Fleet Week. Basically, you can rent all the previous day ships from the kiosks in the Drake DefenseCon halls, so that's something cool to get involved with. Try out a load of different ships. Star Citizen is free during this whole Fleet Week period. There's that big free fly running. So Fleet Week, it's looking good. Looking at the numbers, they are doing okay, but it's not sort of the same level of funding they were getting in 2022, 2023. I'd say they're about 20% down from last year, sort of the money they were making from the previous year. But we'll have a look at the numbers at the end of Fleet Week and see what's going on there. And I do expect that CitizenCon and the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo this year will be ridiculously big. So, after Fleet Week's all done, what is next? XenoThreat, the Phase 6 of the Overdrive Initiative, the original XenoThreat event, is going to be coming back with a load of extra bells and whistles. Expect this to start early June. We're also, throughout June, likely to see a 3.23.2 patch, potentially bringing a load of that additional content. We should be getting that between June, July. That's things like the new cargo hauling missions, freight elevators, persistent personal hangars, the item banks, all of those really cool cargo upgrades. Something else coming mid-June is going to be Alien Week or First Contact Day. So typically they sell a load of alien ships, which they don't normally sell during Fleet Week, and they'll have a bit of an event going on for all translate this thing. It's possible as well we'll see that Fat Fury ship that they showed off at CitizenCon, as that looks to me to be a Mirai sort of hybrid Xi'an, Banu sort of human ship. The next real big thing that's coming to Star Citizen by the end of Q3, so hopefully by the end of September, is Star Citizen Alpha 4.0 that brings with it a load of stuff. Server meshing version 1, the Pyro system, a jump point between Stanton and Pyro, and tons of content to fill that area. You've also got the engineering gameplay, space cows, just tons and tons of stuff. Expect a load of refinements to master modes, that sort of stuff here as well. When we're talking about ships as well, so expect loads of ships for Alpha 4.0, including the Zeus Mark II ES. That's been confirmed that it's planned for then anyway. But they showed off 10 ships at CitizenCon, and they said they'd be putting them in the game by the end of 2024. And they showed 5 of them, or 5 series of them off. So the Morai Pulse and LX, the X1 series of bikes, the Urza Medivac, the MPUV Tractor, the 1T, and the Retaliator Gold Standard and Cargo Module. They've basically already been put into the game. So 5 of those 10 ships that they showed. We know that the other 5 ships will be done by the end of the year, or at least are planned to, potentially other than the Legionnaire, which might need a little more work, though it's doing pretty well. It's just they need more resources to be able to be allocated it to finish it off. So those 5 ships that we're expecting by the end of the year, excluding the Legionnaire, are the Zeus Mark II, ES for 4.0. They did actually say the CL would potentially be coming a little bit later in the year, but the Mark would be coming after 2024. And we've got the Polaris, which is planned for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, which is, really, really excited for that sort of torpedo corvette. Lots of people are so super hyped for that, but yeah, that's going to be in November. And the Fat Fury, which potentially is going to be released at Alien Week or shown off at Alien Week. It might not, that's certainly not a confirmation, that is just a random guesstimate on my part, but that Fat Fury by the end of the year. There is one of those 10 ships that I can't identify. What ship is this? Am I just being a dum-dum? Is it like, it's obviously this? Obviously, people are super hyped for things like the Polaris, but also the Apollo. They want the Apollo in-game. Is the Apollo going to be turning up by the end of the year? Other ships will be, because basically, there's a load of ships that CIG are working on beyond what they showed, like the Firebird, they obviously put in game, but there's other variants, there's other ships, there's other concepts that will be making their way into game or turning up or whatever, being revealed, that have yet to be revealed throughout the year as well, so bear that in mind. And for the rest of the year, for like July, we've got the Foundation Festival, which is typically rewarding players for going out and teaching other players new skills or getting new players into the game. It's sort of like a big celebration of that, typically with a free fly, and try and get people learning skills in game and enjoying the game and learn how to mine. I'll join you and help you mine, that sort of stuff. It's sort of rewarding people that go the extra mile to teach others, and a celebration of new blood into Star Citizen. August, you're going to have things like the Ship Showdown. Typically this goes into September, but basically they go, what are the most popular ships in game that are currently available to fly around and all that sort of jazz, and then they have them going off against each other in a single elimination competition where you just vote on your favourite out of the 2 that are fighting that day, is the idea, and then the top sort of 4 get skins and cool stuff made for them for later in the year, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. September, we've got Pirate Week. So people like Pirate Week sometimes. It's normally some rewards for doing like Pirate Swarm. There's pirate skins, pirate ships, all available. And September's also the target for the initial release of Alpha 4.0, so I expect that we'll have it in some form by then, even if it's just on the PTU or Evocati build, but hopefully it'll be live. That'll be exciting, won't it? October, the whole month is basically Day of Vara, which is sort of Halloween, and there's competitions and things like that going on, and some events and cool stuff, but also we're expecting, well, we know. CitizenCon is going to be running on the 19th and 20th of October. Super excited. I'm going to be attending this year. I hope to see you there. It is a giant Star Citizen fan fest where they reveal a ton of stuff. I'm expecting it to be very Squadron 42 focused this year, as I believe they're going to be announcing Squadron 42's release date. November, we've got the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, the largest sales event for Star Citizen, biggest fundraising event for them. They sell sort of pretty much every ship. Loads of new ships go on sale, and they have a load of cool videos going out as well. People are hoping that Space Jeremy Clarkson will return in the form of Jax McCleary. December, you've got Luminalia, which is Star Citizen Christmas, and potentially we could have a 4.1 release or something like that by the end of the year. That's sort of a possibility, or at least something, again, in like an Evocati or PTU build. But I'm not sure what the plan is after 4.0, and I think they're working towards Star Citizen version 1 out of alpha after 4.0, but there's obviously going to be other updates that they have to put through before that, because it's going to be a while before 1.0 launches. You can also expect dynamic events to be run, like Jumptown, like a much improved Siege of Orison event to be run throughout the year, but also XenoThreat again. We do know that there are other things like the evolution of the Ninetales lockdown, the blockade runner missions, and the barge heist missions, stuff like that they'll want to put into the game as dynamic events too. But yeah, that was a little discussion and update of what you can expect throughout the rest of this year. I am really interested to know what you think the Drake ship is going to be. Is it going to be its giant Drake capital ship? Do you have an idea what it is? Have you heard rumours? Do you think I'm wrong that it's going to be a big ship? It was implied by saying it sort of had a big shadow, I think. I mean, it could just be something that is like a hacking ship or something that generates effectively a shadow on your radar, maybe. Are you looking forward to Alpha 4.0? If so, any particular features? What ships are you hoping are released by the end of the year? Do you think that the Apollo will be released by the end of the year? Because you're like, yes, I want some cool medical ships. I want some tier 1 beds. What are your thoughts or questions? I would love to hear from you in the comments below. I do want to talk about a couple of things, actually. There's NordVPN, links down below, nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. You should treat yourself to some good VPNing. Yeah, that will give you better security, privacy, and accessibility of the interwebs. I use it. I love it. Links down below for a discount on that. Also, if you are looking for a cheaper alternative to eye tracking in Star Citizen, then check out Beam Eye Tracker. I did say that I'd be looking at some alternatives to the more expensive sort of Tobii eye trackers and that sort of stuff. There is the Beam Eye Tracker. I'll put a link down to it below. It basically turns your webcam into an eye tracker, which you might find useful, or at least be able to go, you know what? I really like this. It might be a great starting area before you go into a Tobii eye tracker, or maybe you're just like, well, actually, I only want it for this sort of stuff. I think it's really cool, Beam Eye Tracker, and I think you should check it out. It is supported in Star Citizen. There is a sale on it at the moment for 20% off using promo code Star Citizen. Links down below to that and to help support the channel. May in Star Citizen is about fleets and Fleet Week and flying with friends, and we've partnered up with Lunar Wolves, a Star Citizen org, to give away a fleet of ships. Commenting on any of my videos during the month not only gets you a chance to win a Spirit C1, but also a Constellation Andromeda, a Vanguard Sentinel, and a Corsair, courtesy of Lunar Wolves. They'll each be going out to a different winner chosen randomly from the video comments. But wait, there is more. Sign up to the Lunar Wolves recruitment page, link down below, for a chance for even more ships, including an RSI Polaris with lifetime insurance and a Hornet F7C Mark II. Winners of those will be selected randomly from eligible org signups. Lunar Wolves welcome all that share their passion for adventure and love of Star Citizen. You can learn more about them on their org page or at lunarwolves.org. If you would like to further support our channel, please like, subscribe, comment, share these videos. And if you'd like to go the extra mile, and I would love you to, please consider becoming a Patreon or clicking that join button under my videos. It goes a huge way in allowing us to make daily content and keep the channel going. You'll get some exclusive content from that as well. Anytime Zin and I can actually put it out, as well as help evolve the channel with polls and suggestions and that sort of stuff. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and have a great May. It's going to be a good one.